Yellowjacket Track and Field headed to Missoula for another meet this week. Michaela, you're going to be back out there running several different events. Talk about the success you had at Carroll last week and some momentum that you have right now.
Well, I've been hurt for a while, so it was nice to get back on the track and won the hurdle race, which was nice, but not really the time that I was shooting for. So that's kind of my main focus right now.
Talk about the relay squad and why you're looking forward to being a part of that, and maybe how you guys hope to finish there.
Yeah, relays look really good, especially coming up. We are hoping to get a good time this weekend, maybe get a conference spot. So.
Talk about the teamwork associated with being on a relay team, how you guys communicate, and the handoff being such a crucial part of that, and why that's a fun race to be part of.
Yeah, it's just fun because like you have to, your mark has to be right, and then being able to, gauge someone's speed, and just being comfortable with that person is just really important. Get a good handoff.
Talk about your freshman year overall. You've had a lot of bright spots, and now you're sort of moving towards the end into the conference meet coming up in a couple of weeks. What's it been like being on this team so far as a freshman?
I mean, it's been awesome. This team is, we've come together, and I made a lot of good friends, and I have awesome coaches, and they've just really pushed me to be where I am today. So I'm just really grateful for that opportunity.
Why are you looking forward to the GNAC championships, and what do you hope to achieve between now and then, and just in a couple weeks?
I'm just, looking forward. I just love competing, so I'm just looking forward to being able to run with my team, my individual events, and just get out there and compete. Hoping for some good times and some good stuff.
Well, this is going to be a big meet for me, considering that I've missed a favorable amount of the outdoor season. Basically, right now, Sam, Kaylin, and Braden are all really hitting their stride with the 100 and 200. So for us to get me back into the 4x1 is going to be a really crucial time for us to actually get that time down going into GNAC. We all feel like we could be in a pretty good mark right now for the 4x1. Basically, right now, I'm just trying to get out there and get a nice exchange off from Kaylin, and then obviously giving it off to Braden's going to be a big deal. But those guys have been running real good all season long, and I like to be the last piece to the puzzle, actually get our 4x1 in there to hopefully, take top 3, if not win the GNAC in the 4x1. So.
Talk a little bit about the trust that you guys have in each other with something like that relay where the handoff's so crucial. How do you guys work together and make sure that you're on the same page with that?
The biggest thing right now is just being able to get the reps in. The 4x1 is so crucial about getting those handoffs on in time. And for me, being out for as long as I have this outdoor season, it's kind of making it a little bit tough on the rest of those guys to actually get the handoffs down. For me, being back in the lineup right now, I think with the very few reps that I've had handing off to Kaylin and Braden, it's going to be a big deal to kind of just stay calm and making sure that we trust our marks, basically, that we have set for the meet. Not getting out too soon, not getting out too late is going to be a big part of actually how that handoff's going to go. But basically, as far as the trust goes, I know it's just everyone just trusting their marks, making sure that you're staying relaxed and not getting too anxious to, get out too early and miss the handoff. So.
Now, just sum up your career a little bit. It's been quite a ride for you as a Yellowjacket. Your brother competed here on the track and field team, and you're finishing up now your senior and final year. What's it been like? How do you sum it up?
It's pretty big footsteps to follow in. Lewis was such an outgoing guy and everything like that, and how he was a team leader around here was something I always wanted to follow in. But with all the injuries and stuff that kind of happened, it kind of killed a little bit of confidence and motivation in me, and it's been the biggest thing to try to get that back. And Lewis being such an inspiration to me, especially, and a lot of the Yellowjackets who've been running here, he's kept me pushing a lot. He's been calling and checking in on me daily and seeing how practice and everything's going and stuff. So it's hard to follow a guy like Lewis considering how outgoing he is and everything like that. But he's the reason I wanted to come back here. Running at Montana, things just didn't work out there, and Lewis is like, hey man, come back here. It's a great university to run for. He loved it. And the way he explained it to me is something I always just wanted to follow in. So following Lewis was pretty much a major decision in why I wanted to be here and everything like that. And the way that he explained it and was a team leader is something I always wanted to do. So.
Yellowjackets remaining in Montana, but heading far west to Missoula for another meet this week. Coach, you just had a semi-local meet at Carroll last week. Talk about that. A little bit lighter load squad-wise.
Yeah, we had a smaller group going over there. We had a lot of people that needed to stay home, and they had some tests coming up this week. So that was part of it. And then we also sent a few of our sprinters down to the Jack Christensen Invitational down at Colorado State, which really proved productive. Sam Zook won the 100 and the 200 down there, and established another couple school record in the 200, and he also has a top 20 mark nationally. I think he's sitting 15th in the nation right now in the 200, and I believe he's 17th in the 100. So he's got a real good shot if he can improve them a little bit, or if some of the other sprinters around the country don't pass those. He's got a really good chance of making it to nationals. So we're pretty excited about that. But yeah, he and Braden Rickel and Austin Lindquist were down at Colorado and ran some pretty good times down there. So, again, the rest of the team was at Carroll College, and every week it seems that some group on the team does really well. It just depends a lot on the weather. This week, the men's distance runners, I think, were the main, the highest performers down there. They at Carroll, we had a couple real good 10,000 meter performances, and that put Ivan Colmanero and Jacob Marshall in the top 20 for conference, and so hopefully those marks hold up. And our 1,500 meter runners, we had Jory Eglin and Josh Panasuk really dropped down from the steeplechase and ran the 1,500 and went 1-2 in that. So the weather was really conducive to that kind of performance, because it was pretty cool out. It was in the low 50s and a little windy and rainy, and the sprinters don't really like that as well. But we had a couple people that did well in the sprints. Kaylin Shea did pretty well there, and on the men's side, and then Michaela Johnson won her hurdles race. So yeah, I think it was a good meet all around.
And at this weekend, you work on some of the relays and some of the other things tuning up for the conference
especially
meet.
Right, especially the relays. The way qualifying for our conference meet and the relays is, it's only the top 8 in the conference qualify, and we're sitting just outside that in a couple of them. Our men's 4x1 is pretty solid. They're sitting at 4th, and that wasn't even their best effort. They had they kind of bobbled one of the exchanges on that one. They haven't run it that much, so if they get their exchanges down, they're going to be really fast, and they could be up right at the top of the conference with that, with Sam especially anchoring. And the women's 4x4, we just haven't put together the strongest team yet, and we're going to try to do that this week. I think they're capable of getting somewhere in that top 8 after Montana, and we need to get our women's 4x1 and our men's 4x4 qualified as well. So that's our big focus this week. The rest of the team, they're working on maybe pushing their marks down into the top 20 if they can. We have a number of people that are sitting 21st, 24th in the conference right now, and they may or may not get in after scratches, after the other teams enter their athletes after next week. But it's always good if you're going into that final week ranked in the top 20 someplace. You're pretty safe. But and we are in quite a few events. So this is just another chance to get to work towards that conference weekend.